This summer solstice brings the launch of Synchronicity University. So excited about finally presenting you guys with a free, online, fully accessible data bank of astrology classes. You can watch lessons right now at synchronicityuniversity.com and of course my YouTube channel, nadiyashah.com. Hello, fabulous Aries. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of August 2015. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It's a big month on a lot of fronts, largely thanks to Jupiter switching signs. So you are going to want to watch the Jupiter special for your sign, which should be up right around the beginning of the month along with this video. So rather than talk too much about Jupiter, because I could get really caught up in Jupiter, it's a big momentous thing. Happens about once a year, Jupiter changing signs. But there's lots of other stuff happening in the sky as well that also speaks to positive developments in your life and forward progression, good things happening. Now, it really starts just before the month begins. And just before the month begins, Uranus in your sign will stand still and then begin to go backwards. So technically Uranus has begun traveling backwards as you start this month. However, I'm really going to advise you to watch what is happening in the very early days of the month. This is where Uranus is at its most potent energies. This is where things really become very clear, and especially when Uranus is in your sign, this is when things regarding who you are on a level of identity, what do you really want, and where is it that you have not been absolutely honest with yourself? Well, this is going to be the universe stepping you in to show you that very clear and in some cases very obvious truth that has been there all along. Now, for some of you out there, this is going to be a very quiet process, a very internal process where you say, oh yeah, okay, I've really been kidding myself. I haven't been honest with myself. Okay, I've been deluding myself about the best way forward, but now I know and I'm going to own it. And that's ultimately what Uranus going backwards in the sky in your sign does. Asks you to own that very energy of change and of progress, that very energy that says, who cares what anyone else expects me to be? It really doesn't matter what anyone else's expectations are. What I've been told is appropriate, is right, is good. I have got to be me. I've got to stand in the truth of who I am and live from that truly authentic and honest place within. That's what Uranus asks us to do. When Uranus goes retrograde, it is about you going within and making sure that the change you're making isn't just superficial. It isn't just you sort of making a statement on an external level and saying, yeah, I'm so different. Yeah, I'm so free. Yeah, I'm totally unique and totally me, while you're actually doing something to make that statement that a lot of other people are doing. Instead, this asks you to go within, be honest with yourself, and make sure that you are living in absolute alignment with your heart. That is the process that begins now in some really powerful ways for you. All Aries out there in some way will be having a personal awakening, a moment of honesty, and a time of looking within. Now, this time is going to begin at the beginning of the month and will carry you through to the end of the month. And it is at the end of the month when there's a full moon in the sign just before yours. This tends to be the quietest part of the sky, if you will, the most unconscious part of the sky. And I think that this is going to help you tremendously to utilize Uranus traveling backwards in your sign to your absolute advantage, because both of these placements suggest that you are in some way going within, looking at what's really going on with you on a level of heart, on a level of spirit, and clearing the way to anything that gets in the way, to the absolute shining of who it is that you know you can actually be if you just allowed yourself to be that truth and to live that truth and to be in alignment with that truth as well. So it isn't just all about what's happening on personal levels. That's all well and good. That is the focus in a major way this month. A lot of it is going to come back to you. If you see things acting a little bit out there, a little bit chaotic in your external world, bring it back to you. It really is about what's going on with you, more so than normally this time. But what we also have happening smack dab in the middle of the month is a new moon taking place. Now, this new moon is happening in the same part of the sky that Jupiter just spent the last year in. So Jupiter spent the last year, as I spoke about in the Jupiter special for last year, Jupiter just spent the last year in a part of the sky that was asking you to connect with life. That's really what it came down to. Connect to the energy of life. Now, for some of you, this connecting to the energy of life had to do with falling in love, being in love. For some, it had to do with feeling more creative than you felt in a long time. And for others, it was being fertile. It was your kids, whether you have kids or wanted kids or thought you wanted kids. This is going to be a time when that fertility is especially on high. So the fact that we have this particular new moon happening, speaking in supreme harmony with Uranus, well, this tells me that the good vibes aren't over. So just because Jupiter's left this part of the sky doesn't mean that good developments aren't still set to take place, and particularly good developments that seem to come right out of surprise. So if you are one of those Aries who has wanted love but has still found it elusive, this is going to be some really supportive energy saying to you that you actually still do have an atmosphere to make love happen. It might have been that you were one of those people who needed love to actually be part of a more personal process, to understand what love was going to be for you, mean for you, to connect with your worthiness, to have love. Well, this should bring a furtherance of how much better you are thanks to the last year. This can also be, on a very literal level, this is very fertile energy. So if you are one of those people who wants to have children, this is a lot of cosmic support to make that happen. This is a lot of cosmic support to be pleasantly surprised by that happening as well. And this is also a lot of cosmic support for feeling a lot of love and support from your children, having pleasant surprises come about thanks to your children. But this part of the sky is also, as I said, creativity and creative fulfillment. What are you going to do to honor that part of you that wants to not only feel alive, but wants to feel like you're on that road towards self-actualizing, towards utilizing the best within you that you have to give? Now, on another very literal level, I am going to say this is also a part of the sky that has to do with the winnings, okay? So all the signs in the zodiac this last year, yours has been the most blessed to have the winning lottery ticket. Lots of cosmic support to make a win happen for yourself. Well, this particular new moon also carries forward that energy and adds that element to surprise. So your instincts are going to have to be really big on this. As I always say, stay connected to an energy of prosperity and don't bet the farm. Never bet the farm. If you come into it feeling like, oh God, I really got to make this happen, I can't afford to lose this, you're going in with all the wrong energy. Make sure it's light and easy, and most of all, make sure that it is fun. And if you make sure that it is fun, then you very well might come away this month an absolute winner. Now, that winning might be what's happening on a level of heart, feeling like in some way you are winning at the game of being fulfilled, of being one of those people who isn't just in a drudge, but actually feels a sense of fulfillment as you go about your life, as you do your work, as you go about your business, of doing whatever it is that you need to do to feel like you are not only alive, but that you're doing something with your life that actually gives you a deep sense of satisfaction and personal reward as well. But I think there's also a sense of winning this month where you come to understand that there is something within you that you can trust. Something within you that is leading you to an honesty of yourself and a truth about who you are. And I think that you will find that that is a truth that surprises you and a truth that you like very much.